Hey, Centerpoint family, thank you for joining us online today. Hopefully you're watching this from somewhere cozy with a loved one and a good cup of coffee. Today's gathering is obviously different, but I think it's a good reminder that church happens wherever you're at. And sometimes the most spiritual moments happen at home when we are with our families resting and seeking the Lord. So here we are, just about wrapping up the year in this amazing Christmas season. And one of the coolest things that I've actually experienced as a parent in the last few years is watching the excitement in my kids' faces when they are opening up gifts underneath the tree. Do you remember that feeling of opening a brand new toy on Christmas? That feeling of opening a pair of shoes, a new gaming console? There's something so powerful about that feeling of new. And that's where we're at today, on the edge of something new. Some of you are not only stepping into a new year, but maybe a new chapter in your life with healthier habits. Maybe you started this year in a specific relationship status, and you are now entering the new year in a completely different season. I want to be clear about this from the start. God isn't replacing everything that happened this year. He's building on it. Maybe your 2025 was great and full of awesome memories, but I hope you know that it can get greater. And maybe some of you had the worst year of your lives. And it's the same thing. God can always build on the bad and the good. There's one thing that you and I can do as we close this chapter of our lives. Not get stuck up on the wins or the losses, but get ready and fix your eyes on what God is about to do tomorrow. Your best life does not live behind you. It actually lives ahead of you. Today, I want to share this thought that you were created for tomorrow, for the future. I think God does his best work in the future, where he's waiting for us. He invites us to create alongside of him. And the decisions that you make now, the mindset that you carry now, will shape your future. If you desire to live a purposeful life next year, a life that leaves an impact, then you have to make it your goal to keep moving forward. And I know that for many of us, moving forward is hard. Letting go of the past is difficult, especially since we live in a culture that kind of obsesses over the past. We romanticize the good old days. And at some point, our culture even dedicated one day out of the week called Throwback Thursday. And we glorified the past. Let me paint the picture for you. It's a Friday night. You're out with your friends, reminiscing over the wild stories from years ago. Or you're at home, drinking some wine, reminiscing about old memories over a charcuterie board. And look, there's nothing wrong about nostalgia. I think looking back reminds us of how far we've come. I think it could actually be a fuel to move us forward, and it reminds us of our grit and our tenacity. But I want to remind you today that your pain, your victories, your failures of this year are temporary. The scriptures tell us that everything fades away. But for some reason, some of you can't stop thinking about your biggest wins this year. Some of you can't stop thinking about the people that hurt you this year. Some of you can't stop thinking about even your failures this year. But I really think that as humans, living in the past can become this kryptonite to our souls. It shapes our identity. It causes us to settle for an old version of ourselves, when God has always intended us for us to move forward, to live a life in the future. You matter. What you carry matters. What you have inside of your soul is so valuable. Don't let the past kill your vision for tomorrow. As humans, the past is our weakness, but our power lies in creating the future with God. Moving forward means breaking cycles. It means stepping out of habits that you had this year. Moving forward means creating rhythms that support your growth. Moving forward means healing wounds inside of you. Moving forward means dreaming again. God gives dreams, and he hasn't stopped. Isaiah chapter 43 says this: "Do not remember the former things or ponder on the things of the past. Listen carefully. I am about to do a new thing. Now it will spring forth. Will you not be aware of it? I will even put a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert." I love that God tells Isaiah to forget the former things. Why does God ask us to forget? Could it be because we idolize old miracles, old breakthroughs? Maybe he asks us to forget because many of us refuse to leave our past, our loss, our trauma, our failure. You can't step into the new with your hands full of the old. You see, letting go isn't dishonoring the past. It's allowing God to prepare us for the new. Sometimes we need to zoom out, get a new perspective, and look at all that God is doing. Can I remind you that just because something is unfamiliar, it doesn't mean that God is not in it? God wants to meet you in unfamiliar places next year. He did it with Abraham. He did it with Israel in the wilderness. He did it with Moses at the burning bush. He did it with the Samaritan woman at the well. And God wants to do it in our church next year. In 2026, God will not change. He will remain the same. He will remain faithful. But as we close this year, I want to encourage you that you were crafted for the future. You were crafted for tomorrow. I want to encourage you that God has created you to love, create, and serve and build a future not only for you, but for those that surround you, for the family that you lead, and for the people that you do life with. God bless you, Centerpoint, and I'm so ready to take on 2026 with you.